Alright, Lander, so tomorrow morning we are going to be getting the rerun of the 1000-Year Blood War Lifelong Desires featuring Lie, Nanao, and also Gremmy. The first step is free, so definitely make sure you go ahead and do that summon tomorrow morning. But other than that, you lads shouldn't be summoning anymore. This is mostly just a quick reminder for any new players that have just recently started the game. Maybe you're building up anticipation for the end of year banner, which will officially get announced on the 26th of December, so we're less than a week away from the end of year announcement. And KLM are already in with all the chats. We just received the Burn the Witch banner a few weeks back. We just got the Burn the Witch banner like a week ago. Round 15 of 1000-Year Blood War just returned. Now we have this, and we potentially have more banners coming away, like a Spirit's RFV banner, potentially with Yoruichi and Soifon, and also Ichigo's individual Bravefest banner. So there's a lot of banners and really good ones coming away, and in this particular case, I just don't recommend anyone really summon on this particular banner. And I understand the best way to play this game is just to pull for your favorite characters, and I get that. And I know with the 1000-Year Blood War anime ongoing right now, it's about to end next week. We have some hype characters like Retsu and Kenpachi, for example, Ichibane, Oetsu as well. I know people are fans of obviously the Stun Ritters, Gremmy and Lie. We have some really cool characters here, and some of these characters still hold up. Like, they're not bad by any means. It's just that this, again, isn't really a banner to summon on. I feel like a broken record at this point, but I do feel like I need to keep saying it, especially because there's a lot of new players starting the game every single day. But essentially, 1000-Year Blood War rerun banners like this just are never really worth summoning for the main reason because when we do get new 1000-Year Blood War banners and we get reruns of the new 1000-Year Blood War characters like Yamamoto, Yuha, and Aizen that just returned this week, is that they're always going to be featured with old 1000-Year Blood War characters. So if you're summoning on a banner like this with just 9 old 1000-Year Blood War characters, you're not really doing yourself a favor. You're better off saving your orbs, summon for the new, broken, exciting, and hype 1000-Year Blood War characters, while at the same time collecting some of the older ones. I have an alt account that is basically missing all of these 9 characters, and I'm not even going to summon on this banner. I'm going to do the first step because it's free and nothing more than that, because I know that I'm going to be summoning on future 1000-Year Blood War banners, potentially the upcoming end of year, right? And I don't think these 9 characters will be in the end of year banner, but eventually these 9 characters will be featured with new characters, and I'd rather try and get them there instead of this particular banner. At the same time, the banner that is dropping tomorrow morning does last until the 9th of January, so even if you are really excited to summon on this particular banner and you're just itching to do those few steps, I definitely recommend at the very least waiting until the 26th of December, where we're going to find out what the end of year banner is going to be. As the end of year is approaching, there's going to be some really exciting banners, and there have already been exciting banners that have just gotten rerun. Burn the Witch just came back last week. 1000-Year Blood War round 15 has returned. We're potentially going to get a rerun of Spirits Alpha with Yoruichi and Soifon. Poll selections coming up, and then we also have the inevitable Ichigo individual Bravefest banner that should be happening either late this year or very early January. So of all these big banners coming out, summoning on this banner right here, I just don't think is that worth it. But having said that, since everyone is going to be doing the free step, let's quickly talk about the characters, because you might actually pull them and you might want to know what makes these characters actually good. For starters, Nanao. She is, again, most of these characters, 1000-Year Blood War characters, are a tad bit outdated, and for the most part, it's mainly their damage output, right? And the best way to look at them is that they are collectibles, but in Nanao's case, she actually does have a little niche going on with her, mainly for the fact that right now, when it comes to the Espada Guild Quest, there isn't that many good boosters, and in Nanao's case, she's actually a good boost character for that particular guild quest. And the main reason why you would use the Now in Guild Quest is mainly for the SA2. Her SA2 is a boost and barrier move, and when it comes to Espada killers, there's basically no other character out there that does what she can do. Now, she will eventually get outclassed, but we've been saying that for the last 2 years. And I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, right? You would like to think so, but as of right now, she still has some use in Guild Quest just for being an SP character that boosts your team and also shields them. So she has some usage there when it comes to Guild Quest. Outside of that, the lack of a good killer does hurt her a tad bit, but she can inflict stats damage, she can boost the team and support the team, does have a decent damage output. Overall, she's just an okay character, right? Same goes for Gremmy. Most of these characters are okay. Gremmy has a good strong attack here outside of the okay SA1. Has really good visuals though, I must say, and a really good voice actor. And what's really cool about this character is that he is immune to every stat summon in the game, which to be fair isn't really that special anymore, but at least when this character came out, he was the second character to do that. Lie is just a very straightforward character, has really good strong attacks, a pretty good damage output. Unfortunately, he's a tad bit held back by the fact that he doesn't inflict any stat summons. Orihime is basically a support character, doesn't have the best damage output, nor does she have the best SA1. Her SA1 is actually one of the worst strong attacks in the game, but as a support, she can do the job just fine, giving your team a heal and also a barrier. Oetsu is a really fun NAD character, one of the more fun NAD characters in the game, and since he is a really fast melee NAD character with a self-surrounding vortex and also guard break, he's good enough to be used. I don't really use him a lot in normal content nowadays, but he's a good character. NAD characters have progressed a tad bit in the last 2 or so years. They haven't gotten like super OP when compared to SP characters in my opinion. But Oetsu is a good NAD character, and Ichibei, unfortunately not. Ichibei is a Brave Battle character mainly designed to go against Kanfi or Noitora, and that's his whole purpose in Brave Battles. So unless you're constantly going up against Noitoras, Ichibei is kind of a lackluster character in Brave Battles right now. But he can be used if you really need a third character. Yachiru is a resurrectable character. You're going to get 225 orbs if you do pick her up. She's a decent link, being a 14% recharge and also stam recovery, but her main usage, if you even get lucky enough to get to 5-5 and have really good supports in guild quests, is that you might be able to get a usage out of her in the immediate Espada guild quest. But that takes a lot of setup, and I don't think it's really going to be worth the payout. Bonka and Kapachi, as we are aware, got a really good upgrades. Super fun character now since he does have the transfer mechanic with Sprinter, has a good damage output, and also one of the better mind links in the game, being a 20% strong attack damage soul trait with the additional 16% full stamina damage. That at the very least makes him one of the best mind links in the game, and if you want to play with him, you definitely can do that. And then of course we have Yachiru Unohana, who might potentially get a remake this upcoming end of year banner, but in this particular case, with her resurrection, she actually is a lot more usable in Brave Battles, and I think she is probably one of the more usable characters in this entire banner, given the fact that you can actually use it in Brave Battles to kind of fulfill a niche, going against characters that have the invincibility skill. We have tested her at 1 out of 5 and also max transcended, and I really recommend only using her when you have a max transcended. And the main reason for that is because she is quite an old character, being 5 years old this upcoming end of year, and because of that, her damage output isn't as high compared to some of the newer characters, so to compensate, you kind of want to have a max transcended. But if you do eventually get this character max transcended and you really want to use Yachiru Unohana in your Brave Battle team, you can do that, and you can use her with success. We've demonstrated that on the channel. She is part of the meta, and she can be used, but it does take some investment. And that's basically the banner breakdown for this upcoming rerun of 1000 Year Blood War. Again, I think it's a very easy skip. It is nice to see round 2 of 1000 Year Blood War in here, since they did just recently get resurrected. But again, I would recommend most people try and get those characters in a future banner, or if you really want to just pick them up from a character pack. I must say though, at the end, for those that stuck around, it is very strange that we just received this banner right now, especially because we thought the 1000 Year Blood War rerun banner of the month was round 15, which again is still out right now, and this I believe is the first time, at least lately, that we received 2,000 Year Blood War banners in the same month. And at least to me, when I saw this, I thought maybe we're not even going to get 1,000 Year Blood War banner this month. 3,000 Year Blood War banners in 1 month is kind of crazy if you think about it, but maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Maybe it doesn't mean anything, but at the same time, we're still waiting for a Spirits Arthur overview banner, so where is that? It should be Yoruichi and Soi from returning this month, and maybe that also means that we could potentially get a Safri end of year banner. But that's just speculation. Don't look too much into it. I just wanted to mention at the end. With that said though, hope you guys did enjoy the video. I see that's tomorrow with our free summons, so hope we can get lucky, right? I'm still missing Lie. He's one of the older characters of 1000 Year Blood War that I'm missing, him and Izuru, so I could eventually pick him up. That would be really, really cool. If not though, it's fine. I'm not in a rush to get him. One day he will be featured with new 1000 Year Blood War characters, and I will eventually get him there, right? So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.